Welcome back to Dark Cinema Recaps. Today we're taking a look at the 2013 Evil Dead. Like and subscribe for more horror recaps. Comment with the movie you'd like to see in an upcoming video. Evil Dead is a very graphic movie and there's no way I'm censoring that shit. A girl is tied up in the cellar of a remote cabin, where an old woman is reciting incantations from a strange book. The girl reveals her demonic possession and her father Harold sets her ablaze and shoots her dead. Sometime later, David Allen and his girlfriend Natalie arrive at the cabin with their dog Grandpa, where they meet his estranged younger sister MIA. Abso-fucking-lutely would drag my balls over a mile of hot coals, just to hear her fart down a walkie-talkie, and their friends Eric and Olivia. The group plans to stay in the cabin while MIA overcomes her heroin addiction. MIA begins having withdrawal symptoms. David discovers that the cabin's cellar is littered with rotting animal corpses, a worn double-barrel shotgun, and a book called the Naturum de Monto. Eric reads an incantation from the book, because living is for morons, awakening a malevolent force. MIA begins seeing a demonic doppelganger of herself in the woods. She steals Eric's car to leave but crashes into a pond. The force chases her into the woods, where vines trap her. Mia's doppelganger possesses her via the vines. David finds Grandpa beaten to death with a hammer and discovers MIA scalding herself. That night, a possessed MIA wounds David with the shotgun and vomits red bile onto Olivia's face, lucky bitch, before Eric locks her in the basement. A possessed Olivia mutilates her face, defo not my proudest wank, but I'm a dreamer, and stabs Eric with a hypodermic needle before he bludgeons her to death. MIA lures Natalie into the cellar and bites her hand before slicing her own tongue. David helps Natalie escape. Eric explains that per the book, the Taker of Souls must claim 5 souls to unleash the abomination. Natalie's arm becomes possessed and she amputates it. MIA must be purified by live burial, dismemberment, or burning. The now possessed Natalie attacks the pair with a nail gun, but David shoots her other arm off. Natalie bleeds to death from her injury. David begins dousing the cabin in gasoline, but decides to bury MIA instead. He digs a grave but MIA attempts to drown him instead. Eric is fatally stabbed. David sedates and buries MIA but after hearing her heartbeat stop, digs her back up and attempts to resuscitate her. He finds MIA alive and enters the cabin to retrieve his car keys, but Eric's possessed corpse stabs him. David shoots a gasoline can, killing himself and Eric. With David's death being the 5th claimed soul, blood begins to rain from the sky and the abomination attacks MIA as her demonic doppelganger. MIA severs the abomination's legs with a chainsaw, but it overturns David's Jeep on her left arm, crushing it in the process. After Mia's hand gets torn off from her freeing herself, she bisects the abomination's head with a chainsaw. Fucking LENGHTWAYS. Told you I wasn't censoring. Before it sinks back into the ground and the rain stops. An exhausted MIA leaves, unaware the Naturum de Monto is still intact.